This presentation is brought to you by the Electronic Motor Racing Network. We are a for-hire broadcaster. If you would like us to stream your league, contact DayPaulB661 on Discord, member number 1015. Thank you, and enjoy the race.
Hello and welcome to the TI Racing Cup Series. We are at Talladega Super Speedway this week, and you are going to be watching it on the Electronic Motor Racing Network. And this is Jesse and Alan. This league is brought to you by Apex Sage Coaching. Get all your coaching needs for oval and road at Apex Sage on Twitter. And we're also brought to you by Drive Business Solutions. Get all your business solutions at Drive. So like I said, we're at Talladega Super Speedway this evening, and these guys are going to be battling hard, pedal to the floor, bump drafting, moving around. And Alan, this is going to be a whole lot of fun. I think they've got a guest driver this week. What are you looking forward to, buddy?
Well, we've got several guest drivers here today. I am honestly looking forward to the awesome three-wide action. We have seen how much talent these guys have in this league, and I expect everybody to be able to race without any problems, and for this race to be a fantastic race. So it's gonna be a whole lot of fun. It really is.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to these guys battling 2 and 3 wide for the whole race, but I would expect to see these guys kind of get in a groove and settle down a little bit just to log some laps. There are no fast repairs in the TI Racing Cup Series, so these guys are very aggressive. We've seen that in the weeks past. You be too aggressive on a super speedway and you're going to cause yourself a whole lot of heartache.
Oh, absolutely. It could get really... It could be really bad, because, I mean, without that fast repair, you're messing up your race if you get yourself into trouble early on in this one.
Yeah, absolutely, and we've got guys battling for playoff positions and championships and things like that. So these guys that are up at the top of the standings, I think of the guys that are up front every week battling. William Anderson had some bad luck in the last few weeks, running right now in P2, and he's behind some guy I know. Oh, that's Alan. Hey, buddy. So you're out there on the track right now, but we are on a tape-delayed broadcast this afternoon because of some obligations that yours truly had prior to this week's race. So you actually got to race in this race. So I look forward to seeing how you do, seeing what the track brings and what the race brings. So call it as you see it, buddy. Don't hold back, but also don't give anything away. So what are you feeling right now as you're in that draft and you've got these guys pushing on you and moving you around?
So here in practice, we were just trying to set ourselves up for like what we were capable of doing. Like you see me, I'm running up on the high side. I want to see
in that 24 car.
Yeah, in that 24 Black Nagata racing car that I completely forgot to change the paint scheme before the race of, but it's all good. Brandon Alphin down there, he's supposed to be in a Grublitz on ice car, but for some reason that didn't load in. But yeah, I'm just setting myself up for blocking and seeing what the car is capable of doing. Trying not to make enemies in practice, but at the same time wanting to figure stuff out. And I think that's what everybody else was doing as well. As you see the 5 and the 12, that's Chris Scala in the 5 and Brian Tarnowski in the 12. They're following back, joining in with this pack that is now a group of 6.
Yeah, so you mentioned those two drivers, Brian Tarnowski and Chris Scala. So Brian's raced with us in leagues before, coming to do the super speedway, really enjoys super speedway racing. Then we got Chris Scala in that 5 car doing an IndyCar league with us. It's called the Captain TV Open Wheel Series. So look for that on the EMRN channel as well. And we'll be bringing some of that content to you on Thursday nights also. So looking forward to that as well. Glad to have him here on the track at Talladega Super Speedway. Looking forward to seeing what kind of damage he can do out here.
So as we record this, obviously we say this is on a tape delay. And Chris Scala's league, the IndyCar league, we also were not able to live stream. So as you see, the 57 gives the 24 a little bit of a late block, puts him in the wall. But we're actually going to be live streaming, or not live streaming, but recording his race later on tonight.
Yep, so we will get all of that content out. As the time you guys are seeing this race, you'll be able to see that other race as well, hopefully. As you see these guys starting to mix it up. 4 minutes left in practice. That 57 of William Anderson trying to see what he can get away with in practice. And so he can bring that intensity out on the racetrack during the race and hopefully learn something here in practice that he can take into the race and not get crashed out. So pushing the limits in practice, that's what it's for. You're not going to hurt yourself. You're not going to have to go to a backup car, so you might as well block as hard as you can while you're in practice, and if you get turned, so be it. As you see him go from the top to the bottom.
Yeah, making a move on Brian Tarnowski down there. But I mean, as you can see in that draft, the 24 currently leads practice with William Anderson in that 57. Those two are clearly fast, but that's in the draft, so we don't actually know who's got the most speed. We probably won't until qualifying.
Yeah, and we'll see those cars. That single car speed's really going to come into factor, obviously, with the qualifying, but it's who's going to be able to hold the wheels the steadiest, who can get the most speed off pit road and up to speed, and then hang it out as wide as you can around that first lap, and then paint that yellow line all the way around for that second lap, and get as much as you can, but also you can't get too much and clip the apron or you're going to be scrubbing speed. As you see this 5 up here leading now, and he gets loose.
Wow.
And he's backwards now, so he's finding the limits, and I guess he just found out that trying to block that hard is not going to work in the race, or the guy behind him may have learned, maybe I need to lift just a little bit more to let those guys have a little bit more. So other guys up here in the top 10, Barrett Morton in the 19, you see him in 4th place there, doing really well in the draft, obviously in that Drive Business Solution Chevrolet. So he's doing well out there. Look forward to seeing him. Had some good fortune at, where was that? Was that Richmond that he had an outstanding run, ended up in the top 3?
I think it was Michigan, but I can't remember for sure. We'd have to look back at that.
So, but he's been running strong. He's a couple weeks into this series. Also runs the Indy League for TI, and I believe he's going to run for Chris Scala as well. So looking forward to seeing him, man. He's turning some heads out here, and hopefully he can keep all the fenders on it tonight and keep that streak going.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I mean, as you look at the leaderboard, you've got Brandon Alphin. He clearly has a pretty fast car. Chris Lewis, he's in 6th place in practice. Got a good lap in the draft. Brian Tarnowski, and I think what I'm seeing here is all those guys in the top 10. Those laps are all in the draft, except for Jake Vanosky and Stephen Plask. Those two are the ones that have not run a lap in the draft yet.
Yeah, so those cars are just practicing their straight line speed, what they can do in qualifying trim. Maybe as you see, most of the guys off the track right now. We got a handful of cars there on the backstretch, and these guys just messing around on pit road, having some fun.
Look at this. They're just having fun. So unfortunately, because of the nature of the situation, we are not going to be able to get you any driver audio. However, I will take from my memory banks what we've got, what people were saying over the radio.
And look at that 17 car, man. That United States Army. Is that the Air Force? I can't see it there on the hood.
That's
looks
Army.
like the Army to me.
That's Army.
Yeah, it looks like Army to me. That's an awesome paint scheme. And that is Mark Cusano. Cusano. We'll go with Cusano.
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 Or Susano.
Yeah.
I'm
well,
not sure.
We'll
We
get
might have
corrected
to-
at a later date. As practice runs out, here we go to qualifying to see who's got that single car speed. As you can see, these drivers lining up 5 minutes for qualifying here. Should be plenty of time to get out there, get your warm-up lap, and then take her to the bottom and ride that yellow line all the way around.
So, because I actually qualified, I'm the only one that we're going to be able to watch. So,
Way to go, Rowland.
well, that's kind of how it happens. So,
Well, let's ride on board, then.
yeah, I mean, right on board with that 24 car.
You see him going up through the gears, trying to get all he can, coming off the apron here. Can't go above that yellow line. You'll get penalized and have to start all over. He's going to come out. Here's the blend line right there. So he's going to come out all the way to the wall, right?
Yep, all the way to the wall. Got to get all that momentum as fast as you can. So you use the widest part of the racetrack to try to gain more and more speed.
See him straddling that white line.
Just trying to
hold it above there.
The wall, not wanting to hit it.
Out through the tri-oval. Now the start-finish line at Talladega is not in the middle of the tri-oval like it is at Daytona. You see Alan's actually going to come down to the yellow line on lap 1 here instead of staying up by the wall.
With the new, there's a new tire model in iRacing that actually falls off more at super speedways. So
okay,
if you run the bottom on the first lap, you'll actually be faster than on the second lap.
Well, that's good to know. See, inside information when you get it from a driver. Just hugging that yellow line all the way around. That's what you want to do. Kind of makes for a boring lap, but it's a lot harder to do than it looks.
Yeah, that was actually pretty smooth. Let's see what Bledsoe's got. As it stands, that's P1 on the board.
Well, our board is incorrect. It's got Riley Hoots up there.
Jesse. I know what the board actually turned out to be.
Oh, okay.
So Bledsoe working on a second lap.
Again, because of the tape delay here, and because Alan ran, not able to show you everybody's lap here, but be able to see everybody else in the race, so no worries there.
Right.
And there he goes. Checker flag is out.
Yep. So,
You want to jump to the end of qualifying?
yeah, there's still a minute left, so I'll,
And there's nothing to watch besides you driving.
pretty much, unfortunately.
I didn't even think about that.
I hope this works. Next session.
There you go.
Did I get it?
Mm-hmm.
I think I got it. So, yeah, there we go. All right, so
You're going to have to do the driver rundown because I don't have any of the drivers on the board right now.
yeah.
So I'll say, all right, and as the drivers line up, and then you say it, okay? Ready?
Yep.
All right, and here we are for the TI Racing Cup Series. These guys are getting lined up, ready to go, and we are looking at the driver of the 46 Peak.
Oops.
Well, now we're not. All right, so it looks like that 24 car on the outside pole.
So
And
Riley Hoots.
who else we got?
Riley Hoots ended up with the pole position, but it doesn't look like he's on track just yet. Second place was that 24 of Alan Bledsoe. In third was, who was in third? I don't actually remember. I think it was the 19 of Barrett Morton. Yeah, there he is. So that's third place. And in fourth place is the 9 of, what's that? Stephen
Dalton.
No, that's not Dalton Wilson this week, if you can imagine that. But that is Stephen Plasky, I want to say. And then your normal 88 of Porter. And the 21 of Brandon Alphin. The 5 of Chris Scala. who is failing to go here and confusing me. So, I believe the 69 was next. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then after Scala, I can't remember. Or after Nick Leo, I can't remember. I think that's your top 10.
Yeah, so there's your top 10 as these guys are rolling around under caution. 1 lap to green. Look at that big field. This is the most cars that we've had in the TI Racing Cup Series all season long. So hopefully this trend will continue and these guys will come back for more in the coming weeks. Obviously, everybody turns out for the super speedways, and last week we heard from Chris Lewis, the owner of this league, saying he runs in a super speedway league that does. That's all they do is run on 3 different super speedways every single week. So, well, 1 each week, and they rotate 3 super speedways. So he's looking forward to this race. Probably drag some of his guys from that league into this one. So we'll see how it goes. As you see that good-looking Riley Hoots car up there. Is that what his car actually looked like, Alan?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, so very cool Target Axe Coca-Cola car out there. Love that paint scheme right there. That's pretty cool looking. So see if we can get this Drive Business Solution Chevrolet not in victory lane this week. That'd be the first time since the creation of this league if we can do it. So looking forward to these guys. I mean, this all these cars, man, they have me hyped up. I'm ready to see what happens here as we come into green. Come to green, pace car is going to pull off. These guys are going to have to wait a long time to get to that green flag zone, that Geico restart zone.
All the way to the end of the tri-oval is when it's going to go green here.
Can we go up to that spotter view? That was a pretty cool view that you had when they were pulling off the grid. There you go. So here we go. Green flag's out. They're on the loud pedal.
There
Riley
it is.
Hoots gets a jump, going through the gears.
Riley Hoots and Alan Bledsoe lead them off.
These guys starting to get in line on the bottom.
That's
Barrett
Stephen
Morton.
Flask. He went to the out. He jumped to the outside of the 24, slowed that whole high line down, and the top 3 are going to, or the top 3 of the bottom line are actually going to clear that top side.
Yeah, it looks like the 88 of Jaden Porter is going to try to jump to the top. Doesn't do it fast enough. Going to get stuck in the middle, but that's going to push the 24 of Bledsoe to the outside. Now he's stuck, getting hung out to dry with other cars coming up on him. Barrett Morton to the top, going for the lead on lap 1.
Barrett Morton.
Maxie, there you go. Who's going to lead the first lap? It looks like Riley Hoots got him by a fender. And now the 19's out there all by himself, going to fall like a rock. You saw the 24 get pushed back, and now Riley's going to be right there hoping to get some help from the 9 of Stephen Plasky. And he's going to do it as this guy's up front move up to the top lane, and Jaden Porter out front. They left Riley Hoots on the bottom, so Jaden going to the front. A big line of cars coming to push.
And they're 3 wide right now. This is cool racing right here.
Yeah, tons of cars out there. These guys will be
Riley Hoots.
patiently aggressive. Do you see smoke coming out of one of those cars?
Yeah, Riley Hoots got up into the 24 of Alan Bledsoe. Kind of slid up the track a little bit as the...
And they're wrecking.
That's a wreck.
Nice job to
46
everybody to
came
keep it
down.
straight, though.
Yeah, the 46 came up into the 9, and the 9... Something happened. He just
That must have been
went straight to pit road.
from netcode. So let's get back to the action. Because that looked like some netcode if I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
Now
Jake
we've got the
Vanowski
7 of Jake Vinowski up to the front. Mister, where did he come from early on lap 3?
And Alan Bledsoe's made his way back up into second place.
I wonder if that incident's going to make these guys calm down a little bit and just kind of chill and ride in the back, or if there's still 3 wide back there. It looks like there's a big gob of cars behind these guys.
Yeah, the 57 and the 88 lead that next pack back there. Or, no, that's the Is that the 111 of Chris? No, that's the 86.
Yeah, look at these
Jacob
guys.
Locklear. Jacob Locklear and Dylan Parker, who I believe actually had mentioned that he didn't really want to race in this race, but since he's racing for the championship, he decided he was going to go for the points.
Yeah, Chris says a lot of these guys that are in the championship hunt think super speedway racing is boring and takes no talent. Well, don't tell that to the guys that do super speedway racing all the time, because pushing these cars this fast takes a little bit of talent, I would say, to be able to do this for a long time, not wreck somebody and push them to the front. Dylan Parker, obviously a talented guy, able to do that as well. So we'll see how he shakes out at the end of this thing.
So we've got some solid racing back here with the 46, the 99 Scala in the 5, the 25, all of whom were pretty much involved in that lap, 2 wreck?
Yeah, so these guys are probably have a little bit of damage, but being too wide in the back like this isn't going to make up time on that front group. So the second pack needs to get straightened out, as you see them do right here. And they need to tighten it up if they want to catch that other pack up there, because there's a breakaway of what's probably 8 cars, I would say, because Jacob Locklear in the 86 is the one leading that second pack. As you see, the 7 of Jake Vinowski out there leading laps.
And it looks like these guys have decided to just kind of slow down, or, well, go slow to speed up, because they're not racing each other now. They're riding in a line. They don't want to wreck.
Yeah, 40 laps, no fast repairs. That incident on the front stretch out there probably got a lot of these guys' attention. As well, maybe not, as they're starting to jump out. See the 24, 69, and the 17 all jump to the outside right there. Going to try to make some time, but too many cars on the bottom. It looks like the 24 is going to go to the back of the line unless he can get some help up there. Not going to get any, but he's going to go from second in line to last in line here, as they are now too wide. Nobody content to run in second place. And who do we got jumping up there? The 7 is not taking. That's Barrett Morton, it looks like, out front now.
19 of Barrett Morton has just made a pass for the lead, with the 57 right on his inside now.
Yep, so the 57 was up there in line and decided he wanted a chance at the lead to get that bonus point for leading the lap, and then wasn't able to make the pass. And now we've got 4 cars up top, 4 on the bottom. Wonder who's going to make it here. Will the short way around the track, or keeping that momentum around the Dale Jr. line up there going to prevail? It's sometimes on iRacing you can't really get that Dale Jr. line going, but right now it looks like the 19, the 21, the 69, and the 17 are able to make it work up there for now anyway, as the 17 is starting to fall off, and so is the 24. So it's a 3-on-3 battle up there, too wide, and that's going to draw that second pack back in if these guys stay double wide. Working lap 8 of 40, as we've got 2 wide for the lead. That's the 57 of William Anderson on the bottom, pushed by the 7 of Jake Vinowski, as we've got some net code of Jaden Porter behind him. He's struggled with some of that in the first few weeks of the TI Racing Cup Series. So he's going to get that straightened out there as he falls back a little bit from the 7 and the 57. And William Anderson still out front, as the 7 of Jake Vinowski still pushing him. And you can see that pack in the back growing ever closer in these guys' mirrors.
Yeah, I mean, that pack is definitely closing in. Who is that leading them? That's the 52.
86. Yeah, 86 of Jacob Locklear is leading that pack.
So these guys, they're catching that front pack. It's actually pretty impressive how quickly they're able to get up there, because let's see, the 86 is currently P9, closing in from 3. He's just 3 seconds back after what, being 5?
That's incorrect. That can't be right, because 1.6 it says to Dylan Parker. So I would say they're probably more close to the 1.5 seconds. So, but you see these guys going too wide back here, so they've got to get that straightened out if they want to catch that lead pack. Maybe they don't. Maybe they want to ride back here thinking that front pack's going to crash, but you have to stay in line if you want to catch them.
Yeah.
And then behind these guys, you can see another pack of guys back there just kind of riding. That may be the pack of damaged race cars from that lap 2 incident coming through the tri-oval.
Yeah,
and
those
it
three are all damaged, yeah.
So that's the 25 of Riley Hoots, the 5 of Chris Scala, and the 10 of Dalton Wilson.
Who is normally the 9 in this league, but ended up with the 10.
So, and then one lap down behind them, we've got Brian Tarnowski. Out of this race is Dan Cruz and Stephen Plasky. All right, back up front we go, and looks like that second pack, they have caught him.
Yep.
Those guys stayed too wide, and that second pack was able to drive back to the front. See what they can do now that they're there. It looks like they're going to go to the top and try to push that outside line. Sometimes it feels safer up there because you have more room to correct. If you, yeah. And now these guys are starting to get hairy up here.
Yeah, they're looking to go 4 wide here. Did not make that happen, but
we are 3 wide in the 3rd, 4th row back.
Definitely 3 wide. It's an interesting time right now.
Meanwhile, the 57 of William Anderson still leading the laps, but he's going to have some hungry dogs behind him coming up. And that's the 7 of Jake Vinowski behind him and the 88 of Jaden Porter. And making some moves on the outside, that's 19 of Barrett Morton and the 21 of Brandon Alphin. And you see the 52 of Dylan Parker. He has weaved his way up there. He's now the front leader of what was that second group. He's on the outside trying to get P3 away.
Got some help from the 18 who...
Zach Alman,
something like that. But yeah, he's a newbie. He's a newcomer in this league. So welcome in Zach Alman.
Trying to make a statement here.
Yeah, Riley Hoops. He hasn't made any races yet in this series. Neither has Chris Scala, nor Dane Cruz, or Stephen Plask. Alexander Bison,
whoa, that's tight. Dylan squeezed his way in front of that 14 car. Boy, that was not quite enough room as the 14's pushing him below the yellow line. Lucky the 18 lifted and let him back in, or that could have been disastrous. 14 is Alexander Bryson.
I think it's Bryson.
Bryson, sorry, I can't. It's since we're recording, I'm looking at Discord on Alan's computer here. So,
and they're coming to
as we've got pit road, lots of pit stops, lots of lockups. Gotta watch for those speeding penalties as the 17 still squirrely. Big group of cars on pit road.
Yeah, that's half the field at least.
Like the 14 missed the pit box. It's like fuel only for the 24. Remember, just 2 sets of tires to run this race on, so when you want to put those on, makes a big difference.
Oh, yeah. And you really don't want to lose the draft here because once you lose the draft, it's a death sentence.
Yeah, as these guys are coming back around, does not look... Yep, they're on pit road.
57, the 88, and the 52 all on pit road here, as well as the 19. And well, that's the entire field. That's the rest of the field right there.
The rest of them, yep. So we'll see where these guys come out. That other group's going to have a whole bunch of drafting help, although they are pretty spread out for the most part. We've got 2 out front of them, and it looks like 2 or 3 stragglers behind that maybe took tires when this group didn't. So we'll see where they come out. Looks like the cars are just now coming off pit road. I would expect these guys to blow past them.
I don't know.
And there you see him.
Thinking that that 17 might be able to stay in front, but the 17 was caught for speeding, so he is a lap down now.
Oh yeah, I can't do that. He was going awful fast. I was wondering if he was going to be able to make it or not because he was with that one squirrel in his tires and locking them up hard even halfway down pit road, it looked like. So these guys are getting spread out, but it looks like Brandon Alfred's getting a huge push from Chris Lewis right there, trying to make up some time.
But the 57, because of that help from the 17, he maintains the lead, and this pack has pretty much spread out almost entirely.
Yeah, but does he have too big of a gap? Because he's got he's got Jaden Porter behind him between Brandon Alfin and Chris Lewis, but those guys are going to come with a huge head of steam when they get there. And they're there to the 88,
yep,
so there they go, no contest. Nothing Jaden Porter can do about that. Except for latch on.
Yep. Hook up with them as the 24 is making a pass on someone. The 19, Barrett Morton, with the help from the 69.
Yep, Barrett slides in that gap right there, hoping to get a tow and then get a push from the car that's coming up behind him. Looks like Dylan Parker right on his bumper. Those guys are teammates, so expect to see Dylan give them a little bit of push, and those guys work together.
Right.
And then you got the 99 of Patrick Thompson right there in the back, trying to round out that top 9. Sniffing a draft, trying to catch up, but is he too far behind? It'll take a minute to see.
We actually, unfortunately,
Good news
missed a pass for the lead. The 57 got passed by Brandon Alford with help from his teammate Chris Lewis.
Yeah, and we knew that was a matter of time. Now the 57 just needs to latch onto the back of those guys and keep them in their sights.
Which I think he's going to be able to do. And
oh yeah, you see him right there, 4th in line now.
with
That 17 car is a lap down.
Jaden Porter is his new teammate, so
okay.
Yeah. William Anderson was put on that team with the 88 and the 99 on the same team.
Good. Yeah, it's good to see William pick up a team to work with. He's been a solo act the first 5 races of the season, so now during the 6th race finally picks up some teammates. Going to work with them, try to help pick out some strategy for this race and strategy going forward. So as this second pack of cars is in a straight line, boy, they're going to be a missile.
Yeah, they're actually coming up pretty quickly. I believe I just saw 1.8 seconds. I'm not sure whether 5.1 or 1.8 is more accurate, but...
Well, it's definitely not 17 or 15 like it's shown for Dylan Parker, so sim racing app's not our friend this evening. But you guys can see the gap right there on screen. Looks like about a second and a half maybe before they catch up, but they're a 4-car line, and looks like they got 5 cars in that front draft, but the front draft's a little more spread out as the 52, no, that was Barrett Morton just swinging a little wide off turn 2.
Barrett Morton's been doing that off the corner all race long, actually. But these guys are pretty well catching these guys, that front pack.
Yeah, they're close enough now where they're getting a draft, so they're going to suck up pretty quickly. And they're going to be able to make a run to... Yeah, they're going to be able to make a run as we're coming to halfway just now. So 19 down, coming to log, starting lap number 20 right now. Looks like the 24 has caught the 17. Is he going to be able to make a move? He does. He swings wide. 69 doesn't go with him, though.
Yep.
69 looking to pick up a position here. The 17 car is a lap down, so and yep, these guys just catching up, not able to make a move. Didn't have as big a head of steam as the 24 thought they did, but Nick Leo able to pick up that position and didn't have to work hard for it. So he's going to fall in line here. Eventually, I would say he's probably going to slip under that 17 car. But going back to Barrett Morton sliding up off turn 2, and possibly even off turn 4. It is hard sometimes to keep your car down off the corners when you're in the draft, just because you don't have any air on the nose to push it down, so you kind of get an aero-tight condition off the corners, and you almost have to kind of touch your left front tire just barely onto the apron to keep it down there, to get it to turn a little bit. that's a little trick that I've learned over the last year iRacing. So might look for some guys to do that. That's more of a Daytona trick than Talladega, because Talladega's a lot wider than Daytona. But because I haven't really seen anybody do that here. Yeah, the corners are much wider.
Oh no, I mean like longer.
Oh, longer. Yes. Sorry, I thought you said wider. So. But yeah, here we go. Looks like Brandon Alphen, Chris Lewis, William Anderson, Jaden Porter, Nick Leo, Alan Bledsoe, Barrett Morton, and Dylan Parker. So with half of the race down, we're going to take a quick break. You are watching the TI Racing Cup Series on the Electronic Motor Racing Network. And welcome back to the TI Racing Cup Series. You're watching it on the eMRN network, and we are presented by Drive Business Solutions. Get your business solutions at Drive. Also by Apex Sage Coaching. Get your driving coaching at Apex Sage on Twitter. So you are looking at the 52 and the 24, wondering what happened to those guys? Well, they were at the back of the line and side drafting each other, and that has caused them to fall off the pack. So now these guys are going to have to work together. So Alan, let's jump on board with that 52 car and see what he's seeing out the front windshield, if these guys can make a run as they catch back up to that pack.
Yeah, let's take a look. So, Dylan Parker, you saw it on the side-by-side. Oh, dang, that was close. But you see it in the side. You saw it in the side-by-side. Dylan Parker was trying to make so many attempts to get to the outside. And
yeah, pit stops here.
we've got some pit stops now. He was making so many attempts to get to the outside that he actually caused the guy at the back of the pack, the 24, to lose the draft, and they both had to work together in order to actually get back to the back of the pack. It certainly made, as you see the 24 misses his pit stall, it just made for a very difficult situation. 19 makes it
That's
back
what the
out.
24 gets for talking crap. Just kidding. You see the 19 off pit road and Chris Lewis right behind him trying to pass him. And he's going to do it.
Stretch. Oh my goodness.
Ballsy.
Yes, it was. But those guys
You know
did
his
not
nuts drag the
spend very
ground.
much time on pit road.
No, they didn't. Only 13 laps left, so that's about... Is that a full fuel run?
I think that was... No,
No,
that
I
is
think-
not a
no.
full fuel run. So all of these guys who did take a full load of fuel, they're going to lose the draft now.
Yeah, so these guys are going to have to, just hope for something here. As we've got the 57 coming off pit road who's shown as your leader right now, but I don't think he's going to stay there. You can see Chris Lewis coming up right here.
Yep,
He's the one on the track.
111.
And Barrett Morton in the 19. That is going to be your pass for the lead, I believe.
Yes, it is.
So put Chris Lewis in the 111 to the front.
So the 111, the 19, the 57, the 88, the 52, and the 69 might be able to... The 69 might actually be out of the draft here. I think he's far
he's
enough
too
back.
far back.
He's not going to be able to hold with them. So we've pretty much got a 5-car battle now for the race win.
Yeah, and so you see Dylan Parker trying to push Jaden Porter in 57 and William Anderson trying to catch back up to Chris Lewis.
As they're likely going to be able to do that. 52 you see there. The 111 up front.
The 52 just not patient enough in the draft.
No,
He's
not.
trying to make all the moves by himself. And, we talked about how super speedway racing does take talent. It's just a different type of talent. You got to understand how the air works and when you've got help and when you don't. So he swung way wide, and now he's fallen way off the pack. Could have been going around the 17 car there, but that's a lap down with the 88 and 57. But instead, he's going to find himself half-second back trying to catch back up here.
That's the 14. He's a lap down now. He lost the draft a long time ago, as well as...
And then Brandon Alphen. Yep. He was running with Chris Lewis in that last run, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. I think he might have been caught speeding at some point.
Yeah, he must have had been to lose a whole lap like that, because that's a lot of time. That wouldn't be sliding through your pit box. That would just be, like you said, speeding penalty or something like that. So, as we've got a bunch of cars catching back up to the draft, some a lap down, some a lot not. So,
yeah,
we've got the 21, 17, and 14 all on the bottom right there, all a lap down. The 14 is trying to block the 52.
That's not a smart move by a lap car. 52
No,
probably not going to be happy about that.
As he settles back in behind him, wondering if he's thinking about giving him a shot to let him know. Not happy as you see the 14 move up out of the way. Just say, go ahead, buddy. Sorry, that was my fault. So we've got these guys here.
Now they've just gone single file. They've sorted themselves out.
For now, looks like Barrett Morton's kind of getting squirrely, but Chris Lewis out front, the owner of the league. These guys might just run it down. Under 10 laps to go now. Working lap 31 of 40. coming to 8 to go.
8 laps left. This is gonna be a real shootout, honestly. We only have 5 cars in contention, but look at how big this pack is thanks to all those lap cars that have joined this pack.
Yeah, so if you're a lap car, who are you going to go with?
Your teammate.
You're going to go That's the right answer. As
We've
there's
got
a caution on the track. What happened? Is this the fun flag?
No,
oh, looks like the 12.
Like the 12's got a ton of damage. So let's go back and find out what happened.
Missing a nose. So racing the 7 of Jake Wieniawski.
Oh, he hit the apron. Looks like, well, he had it cleared up, but maybe he heated up his tires. Just kind of getting squirrely, and that kind of looks like a distracted driving.
Yeah, texting while driving, or a wheel came uncalibrated, or yeah, there's going to be a lot of unhappy people about that one.
Oh, and that's the whole front pack. How did we miss that?
They passed him so fast, I guess. I didn't see him sitting there. I don't know.
I didn't either, but yeah, that 12 is what brought out the caution, because the whole pack just passed him by on the front stretch.
So,
they had to bring out a caution.
Yeah, it's just a good thing that nobody hit him while he was sitting there, because there would have been some really upset people with that one.
Oh, absolutely.
But, yeah, hard to say what happened there, but definitely something obviously happened, whether it's mechanical failure or distracted driving or over the race. I'm not real sure, but maybe he has a secret partner out there he was trying to let catch up. I'm not. Who knows? Who knows? We'll never know what happened, but that resets the field here. So if these guys weren't good to go on fuel, maybe this will get them to the end here.
I think.
Or they have the option of going to. Everybody has the option of getting fresh tires. I don't know that we've seen anyone take fresh tires this race.
I haven't seen a single 4-tire pit stop. Maybe that was what caused the 21 to lose the draft, is the fact that he took 4 tires.
He could have.
Because I mean, if he had actually, or if he was, if he had been penalized, he would have gone down a lap a lot sooner than what he did. So I think he might have taken 4 tires at one point, and that's a big mistake here. Yeah,
especially under green flag. I'm thinking maybe he just needed the grip out there, but then of course lost the draft, fell a lap down, but he's going to get his lap back here. No, everybody stays out.
Road.
Oh, he faked it.
Who's that first car on pit road? Dylan Parker. Came to
Dylan
pit
Parker
road.
in 52.
I think he's leading the pack. The 69 of Nick Leo, the 24 of Alan Bledsoe. All of these guys were pretty much out of the draft except for that 52.
So yeah, nothing to lose back here. I mean, might as well grab 4 fresh good feels, and slap them on that car and see what kind of hay you can make here with probably coming to 4 laps to go whenever they take the green flag. So we'll reset the field after a short commercial break.
This presentation is brought to you by the Electronic Motor Racing Network. We are a for-hire broadcaster. If you would like us to stream your league, contact DayPaulB661 on Discord, member number 1015. Thank you, and enjoy the race.
And welcome back to the TI Racing Cup Series on the Electronic Motor Racing Network. We have 5 laps to go. When they get the green flag, it will be 4 to go. So up front, we've got Chris Lewis in the 111, Barrett Morton to his outside, William Anderson in P3, Jaden Porter 4th, and then your fresh tires from there on back, the 52 of Dylan Parker, the 25 of Riley Hoots. We haven't seen him since the beginning of this race, starting on the pole, the 86 of Jacob Locklear. So those two drivers, I don't know if they made a pit stop or not, but then we got Nick Leo, Alan Bledsoe, and the 10 of Dalton Wilson. So this is going to get good. We're going to have a 4-lap shootout. As you see somebody down there on the apron. Is that Dylan Parker?
I think that's Dylan Parker, yeah.
Okay, so I don't know what he's doing exactly, but running down on the apron, obviously he sees some benefit to that as the pace car is off. And remember, the start-finish line is not until you get out of the super stretch here. So let's see if we can't go on board for somebody with this restart, Alan.
Who do you
Because
want to
the
go
green
on board
flag
with?
is out. Let's do the 52. He's been a showmaker all race long. All right, so on board you see him loud pedals to the floor as they're going up through the gears. It'll take about a half a lap to get back up to speed as you see the 88 and Jaden Porter sliding down in front of him. Not a lot to see outside of these windshields here. All you see is a bunch of spoiler and rear paneling as they're going to make a move to the outside. That's William Anderson going to the front on the outside row, and he's going to clear Chris Lewis, it looks like. Maybe not quite. Chris fighting back on the inside. Oh, he clears him. He slides down. So does Jaden Porter.
Wow, that was close.
And Chris
Lewis to the outside.
thinking about trying to get up there, but then he wasn't sure. Now he is, and
He's got
he's
Barrett
trying to
Morton, his
grab onto
teammate,
that
right
rear
behind
quarter
him.
panel. A 69 and 24 coming up behind him on the high line. And the 69 slides down there, so they're back down to 2 wide with 3 laps to go. 99 getting pushed hard by the 52. Looks like William Anderson and Jaden Porter are going to have this as Chris Lewis is coming to their outside, going to try to side draft down the backstretch, pull back that 88. Now the 57 doesn't have as much help.
Still got his teammate right there behind him. Just 3 laps left in this race. The 19 goes to the outside, but he's not going to stay there. He's going to support and push his teammate.
Yeah, his teammate and car owner, Chris Lewis, right in front of him, so these guys are doing good. 3 wide behind him. Nick Leo pushes Morton out of the way as they touch just barely.
Nick Leo pushing Chris Lewis.
And these guys are going to have to.
Is loving this as the 86.
Jacob Locklear gets turned.
Yep, 86 gets
into
turned.
the inside wall. 2 laps to go. Can the 111 make a move to get back up there with Nick Leo behind him?
Lewis is going for it, but he knows Nick Leo's not going to support him quite as much as Barrett Morton was. Here comes the 24 to the outside to give Chris Lewis a push. And go!
Oh, Chris gets that. What a correction. He kept from wiping everybody out, just takes himself out.
Wow! 2 laps left.
Is that going to be a caution? You guys are coming to 1 to go.
Nick
Down
Leo.
through the trioval one more time. We've got the 57, the 88, the 69, the 24. Looks like it's going to be a 3 to 4 car battle coming down with the white flag in the air.
Barrett Morton
William
still back
Anderson
there.
out front.
Does he have a chance?
William Anderson out front trying to hold back this angry set of lions behind him. The 88 of Jaden Porter is his teammate as of this week. What's he going to do? Is he going to settle to push his teammate? Down the backstretch, Nick Leo looking to the outside. 88 blocks. Nick Leo back to the bottom, pushes him high. The 24 going to stay on the bottom with Nick Leo. Those guys have worked well together all race. He gives him a bump in the corner. The 57 coming around, still out front. Gonna have a big run. Nick Leo to the outside. 57 blocks. These guys are side by side. Where's the 24 gonna go? He goes to the bottom.
Look at the 24!
They're 3 wide.
24's got it!
24 got it. The 57. Oh my God. 4 wide across the line. What a finish.
Wow! The 24 won that race! The 57 dominated that last portion, and the 24 ends up with it.
And he stole it from him. He made a good move, saw those guys go up to block, and he held the shortest distance, was able to get under there, side drafted a little, came down. The 57 upset that he gave that line, but if he didn't side draft the 69, I think he would have gone around him anyway, but hard to say. The 24 gets the win. Congratulations, Alan, man. That was an awesome move there, coming from 4th to 1st on that, just through that tri-oval. Made a move on the 88 to the inside, going into 3 and 4 and put himself in position. William Anderson, man, full of disappointment, I'm sure, but has to be happy with that P2 finish. I mean, can we go back and just look at that finish line shot, Alan?
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to.
I'm sure you would. Look at this. You see the 88 sees his shot on the outside right here. He's going to jump to it. The 57, I mean, just by a nose, gets across before the 69. You see the 24 sideways across the line. Man, what a race. So now we have the privilege of bringing the winner of the race up into the booth, and oh wait, he's already here. Alan, man, walk us through what you did. Put us on onboard. Tell us what you see, what you saw in that car.
Well, honestly, I kind of blacked out in the tri-oval. As I was headed towards that finish line, I kind of lost consciousness because it was just pure excitement. But man, what an absolute what a race. I got to tell you, that was a heck of a race. So since I'm in control of the cameras, let's just go back, take a look at these last couple of turns here, because
let's get in your onboard.
Yeah. So, whoops, that's the 57 tank. So, this is what I see. I gave the 69 a push, and let's go back. So, coming through turns 2 and, if I can talk, turns 3 and 4, I give the 69 a push after he moves the 88 out of the way, and kind of just tell him, go. So he goes, 57 tries to side draft, and I was like, they're leaving the bottom opening open. I'm going for it. So I went for it, and well, I got turned there at the end, but like,
Yeah, I mean, you did a good job, man. You saw an opening, you went for it. Congratulations on the win. Stealing one here from all the regulars every week. You come in, you sit in there because I'm not able to be there for the live broadcast, so you get an opportunity and you go out there and you win the thing, man. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, thanks. It was a lot of fun. That whole race was a lot of fun to be a part of. And I want to apologize to Chris Lewis, and as we continue to state, this is a not pre-recorded, but post-recorded, I suppose, broadcast, and I want to apologize to Chris Lewis. I really thought I gave him a pretty good bump, but clearly it was just a little bit too much and it got him all squirrely. that helped take out the 52 of Dylan Parker, which is why he was kind of upset with me. But I mean, I didn't try to do anything stupid. And as you can see, there's my burnouts. I've not gotten to do burnouts in a league race in my entire career, so I'm happy to be able to do that this time. But
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, I do want to apologize for taking out Chris Lewis there at the end. That was not the intention. I was actually willing to work with him to try to get him back up to the lead, and I mean it ended up not working out. So yeah, that was an unfortunate time, but
Yeah, well, let's get the other leaders up here in the broadcast booth, and we'll see what William Anderson and Nick Leo have to say about all of it. So we appreciate you getting out there, Alan, and shaking it up with those guys. Unfortunate that incident with a couple laps to go took out Chris Lewis and Dylan Parker at the end there, but you had a great run. You kept your car clean to the end, qualified well, ran good most of the race up in the pack. Lost the draft there, got a lucky caution there, and then was able to bring it home. So congratulations. So with that being said, let's get William Anderson up in the booth.
I'm here with William Anderson, and pretty amazing race, really intense race. You were up front all night long, and you just didn't quite have the speed. Ended up second behind that 24 car. What happened there at the end of the race?
Me and Jaden working really well together. Nick got a good run and got him to come up the bottom. Coming off of 3 and 4, I knew whoever was behind me was going high. As soon as I think it was the 69 of Nick Leo, he got to my outside, and as soon as he got there, I felt the car just slow down, and I figured he had enough momentum to carry himself past me coming to the checker. So my move was to go up high and try and stall him out, and by the time I looked up in the mirror, here comes the 24 with like a 10-mile-an-hour burst of speed. Had about split second of thinking of blocking it, but that just would have led to a bigger wreck, and rather race respectful than cause a big wreck and wreck everybody, and ended up almost having 4 cars cross the line all at once. So it was pretty hectic from 4 to the start-finish line tonight.
Man, I gotta say, it was a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to broadcast, and you almost had it, man. Just if that start finish line, it said a lot, but if that start finish line were moved in the tri-oval like at Daytona, you would have won that race.
Yeah. I usually don't have good luck on the restricted plate races. It was fun to be working with first-time teammates Jaden and Patrick tonight. They were really big in how we shaped the race and almost put ourselves in position to win the race and try to win the race. Couldn't be more happy and thankful and grateful that they were all worked together so well, and it almost paid off in the first race working together. But yeah, it's just speedways and me, super speedways and me. I just seem to struggle to not find the checker flag, unfortunately.
Right. Well, I gotta ask. That caution came out with what, 5 or 6 laps left in the race, and you were up front. You were in contention. What was your mindset when that caution actually came out? Was it kind of a downer, or were you actually a little bit relieved to have a breather?
Me and Jaden had a good plan. If it stayed green, we were just gonna keep trying to work our way forward. And when it came out, I was definitely concerned with all those teammates being together with Oh my goodness, I can't remember
TI
all
and
those team
PTP.
cars. I'm sorry, what was that?
TI and PTP.
Yeah, all those guys roll up there together, and I thought for sure they were just going to steamroll us. And I figured my best bet was to get a good run and try and get to the front before we were all up to full song. And me and Jaden somehow pulled that off. It was pretty good work of teammateship and sportsmanship, if you ask me.
Yeah, great, great teammates, great working together. You guys really did a good job all race long, and four wide finish there at the end. Um, lot of fun, lot of fun. Got anybody else you'd like to thank? I know you thanked your teammates already, but is there anybody else on your mind?
Thanks to everybody who hosts the league. It was a fun race. Obviously, I wish for a little bit better outcome, but can't be too upset with the second place finish. Thank my teammates again, Patrick and Jaden. It was really good working with them, and fun, clean race to the end. And I mean, can't ask for much better than that, right? It was a good show up right until the end.
Absolutely, that was a great effort by everybody. Good, clean racing. So,
Absolutely, it was definitely fun, and congrats again, Alan. You deserved it.
dang it. Try to keep this thing professional, William.
Hey, you deserve some of the credit. You deserve a lot of credit. You came from 11th to first in 3 laps. Hang your head high, buddy.
Well, I appreciate it, William. Thank you for doing this interview, kind of impromptu, but it was a lot of fun to be a part of.
Absolutely, man. Hey, have fun. Enjoy your win. You definitely deserved it, and we'll see you guys next week from Homestead, Miami.
All right, thanks, William. Have a good night, man.
You too, sir. Have a good one.
I'm here with Nick Leo here, and after your third place finish, I think. What'd you get, second or third?
I think it's third.
Third place. Yeah, that was a really intense race, man. It
Yeah,
looked
I'll tell
like
you what, I thought I had it there for a split second.
yeah, you got to the outside of William Anderson, and that I mean, you really did get by him. That was an impressive run. Just tell us
Yeah,
about
then
your race here.
yeah, it was pretty good. We were running up front most of it, and then the final pit stop, I lost a draft, and I thought I was done for, and then that caution came out, and I was able to get right back into it, and what a run to the finish that was.
That was definitely impressive. So a lot of people, I'm sure that caution saved a lot of people. So, what went through your mind when you actually got that caution, when you saw that caution come out?
I thought, thank God, I thought I was gonna get lapped. I had no draft, nothing, and I don't know, that new aero package on that car really stalls out if you're by yourself or if you pull out or anything like that.
Oh yeah, we definitely noticed that all race long. I mean, if you went out to the outside or the inside, wherever there was no draft, man, you just stopped.
Yeah, even that final restart, I mean, I had no damage, I don't think, but it felt like it was down like 50 horsepower, like it was barely moving. Then you get a run and you just kind of got to take it, and they got the side draft now, so you can kind of just stall out both of you, and then I get the finish there, the guy on the inside just ripped it down, and I think that's who won the race.
So, the end of that race, you had that big run, and you got to William Anderson's outside. Um, what exactly were you thinking when you got to the outside of William Anderson?
Well, at first I was like, oh, I'm pulling on him, and then I looked in the mirror and I saw, not too sure who it was, but they were coming so fast on the inside, I thought, well, there's no way he can block that, or we're all in a wreck, and then
I don't think he blocked it, but that car on the inside was just probably was going like 10 miles an hour faster than us with this while we were side drafting.
Yeah. Well, that
And
was
then at that point, I was like, "That's it. He's got it. Whoever that guy is, he's got it."
So that was a really intense race, man. Congratulations on your second or third place finish. I still can't figure out where you actually finished, but actually I'm looking at it now. You ended up third. So congratulations. Is there anyone you want to thank for that race, or for this for that event?
Yeah, who ended up winning? I didn't even get to see.
The 24.
24. William Byron. But yeah, just shout out to the usual Jewel, of course.
Well, congratulations, man. It was a really fun race to broadcast, really fun race to watch, and go get them next week, man.
All right, and there was your top 3 finishers for the Talladega Superspeedway. You have Alan Bledsoe stealing the win from William Anderson. Nick Leo coming home third after thinking he had a shot at the win. And then next week we are going to Homestead Miami Speedway for the 7th race of the TI Racing Cup Series. This is Jesse Rathman and Alan Bledsoe saying good night.